Hello guys, you're welcome back. I hope you guys are great. Today's class I'll quickly show us how to cut bubu dress with one-sided off shoulder. This is my full length, 42 inches. Fold your fabric into two. I'm using 42 inches here length. Then the wideness, depending on how long you want it, take your measurement from the mid back of your neck through the sleeve level, wherever you want it to stop. That is the wideness. That is the wideness. So it's a very simple stuff. You are supposed to take your measurement from the outside. That's from the good face of the fabric, but I want to take it from the bad face so that we're able to mark, so that the message will be clear. This is underbust from the shoulder, 13 inches. Then the half length, 16 inches from the shoulder. Then you take your bust line from the shoulder, which is 10 inches. If you're marking from the outside, you won't be able to mark like this because you stain the fabric. So you get the hip line, which is 25 inches from the shoulder. So after getting these four major lines, all you need to do is just take your normal body measurement, round body measurement. And since the bubu is not going to have zip, so you're going to add about 3 to 4 inches. 3 or 4 inches to your normal measurement. Then you divide by 4. That's what I just did on the hip. You do the same thing on the waist, under bust, then your bust line. So assuming if your hip is 40, you are going to add 4 inches, making 44. Then you divide it by 4, which is 11. That is what you're going to mark. So the same thing you do on your waistline, the under bust, then the bust line. So that is how you are going to take your measurement from the good face of the fabric, mind you, because your joining is going to be from the outside. You're just going to sew from the outside. So you connect this way. There is no armhole. From the shoulder to that 10 inches automatically is your armhole. So this is your hip. You connect it to the down part. You just go down straight, or maybe you minus 2 inches from the hip so that it will have a little curve down there. So about the neck, wideness is 4 inches. Wideness is 4 inches. Then the depth is 3.5. You use 3.5 or 3 inches. 3.5 or 3 inches. That's the depth. So you're going to cut from that 3.5 to the 4 inches wideness. That's for the neckline. So another thing, you are going to take your shoulder measurement. Take your shoulder measurement divided by 2. You are not hiding any allowance. Then you are going to notch. Reason why I'm taking the shoulder measurement is to guide us on how to cut the neckline, because one side of it is off shoulder. So if you want it to have belt, you create a hole around in between your underbust and the waistline, that if you want to use belt with it. So now cutting it's one-sided off shoulder, so cutting the neckline, that is the shoulder part. So you cut up to this shoulder measurement, then you add 1.5 inch. So you cut it to the shoulder measurement like this, to the shoulder, then you add additional 1.5 so that it will be able to follow the shoulder when you put it on. One sided, that is the left side. The left side. So you need to do is take your, it's going to fall off like this. So get the center, get the midpoint of the fabric, that is get the center. You iron very well so that you get the center. Then take your bust measurement, the under bust, the waist and the hip. Then you're going to sew from the outside. Join the shoulder, pipe the neck, hem the edges, then you join the body. Join the body, join it down. So this is it. I've already done that. I've joined the side, that is the body. Then you take about 15 inches, that is in between the underbust and the waistline. You measure from the shoulder. That is where you are going to create the cycle. That is if you want to use belt. There is a conditional statement there. If you don't want to use belt, there is no point creating this. But if you want to use belt, you create this. The joining is not something that is difficult. Just pipe the neck, join the shoulder, then you hem the edges, that's all. Then join the body after taking the measurement. So cut out your cycle like this. And there are ways in which you can do it that is more easier than turning from the inside. So after cutting round like this, you can just decide to just use weaving machine to weave, that is industrial weaving with a matching thread, matching color thread, or you use bias. You use bias to pipe it round, matching color. I think that one is more easier. If you decide to turn it from inside, that means you have to do the turning before joining your shoulder. Before joining your shoulder and the main body, you have to turn. You have to turn, but I think that one is a bit way more difficult than this. So cutting the belt. If you have your already made belt, then there's no problem. But if you don't have, then you have to make one. So cut about 4 inches wide. Then the length, depending on how long you want it. So I don't think this length will be enough, so I have to double it. I have to double it to make it a bit longer. So you need to do is just join them together. Join them together, then you create your belt. I don't think making a belt should be difficult for us, but just showing this so that at least fold into two, then you join like this, then you sew all through. So that's that. After making the dress, after putting the belt, that is it. I think it will come out nice and better when they put it on, rather than mannequin. So it's very, very beautiful. As you can see, it's very easy. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Please don't forget to share and subscribe. Bye.